Brandon Ingram is on the block. He's expected to be moved. And the report that we're specifically hearing is that Brandon Ingram, a guy that is going into the final year of his contract, and he's been somewhat injury prone, is on the block. They want to build around Zion Williamson. However, it's hard to see because whoever trades for him, you're going to have to extend him, and he wants close to a max, if not a full max, which is just a hard pill to swallow if you're trading for Brandon Ingram. It also tanks his value for the Pelicans, which sucks because Brandon Ingram's actually a very solid basketball player when healthy. And even though I know in the playoffs this past season, it wasn't the best of situations for him, but Kelly Iko of The Athletic is reporting that the New Orleans Pelicans have reached out to the Houston Rockets and Philadelphia 76ers on a trade for Brandon Ingram. Now, if you were to trade for the 76ers, they're not getting any assets except the draft pick because they would just eat the contract. I think Brandon Ingram's like a plan C for them if they, or plan B, whatever, if they don't bring in Paul George, Klay Thompson, or a plethora of free agents. I just don't see the Sixers going out and getting Brandon Ingram like a number one option. The Houston Rockets are another team that supposedly Ingram is allegedly in the talks with. And for me, the Houston Rockets makes the most sense. I know the other team we heard was the Cleveland Cavaliers. I want to say that's basically it. Everybody else, maybe like a Brooklyn trade, but I don't see that happening. I don't see the Orlando Magic doing anything crazy. So if we were just to sit here and be like, what would a 76ers, not 76ers, my apology, Houston Rockets and Pelicans trade? Yeah, I agree. George won't go to the Sixers with Hard. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good point, Giovanni. Rockets, good, but not an elite player. And I get that. But the whole thing is, would you do it for a rental? All right. Would you load up the team and, like, for example, let's go over here and we'll go, I want to say Fanspo, right? Trade machine. And we'll pull up a trade real quick for the Rockets, because the Rockets have a lot of disposable contracts. And what if the Pelicans did this just to move money and to not be a second apron team, and then the Rockets do it just because they don't lose anything by not resigning him. And what do I get by that is they send, I don't think Steven Adams is good. They wouldn't send Steven Adams, but the idea, and I think they want to keep Steven Adams, but Steven Adams could be in the trade. But the hypothetical I was going to go for was going to be you send over Brandon Ingram. Now it's $36 million. You want to get somewhat close to that. Jacques Landale is a non-guaranteed contract. Jason Tate's an expiring. And I'm trying to see if there's any other small salaries that you would want to just throw in there to get rid of off the books. That's the whole thing, is like you're helping them shed salary. And right here, I mean, if you wanted to throw the Pelicans a bone, here's a second round pick, 2 second round picks. And yeah, this could work. It says the Pelicans will lose this, but I mean, it's not that great of a trade. But if the Rockets were like, yeah, we'll just send you Jock Landale, Jay Shante, 2 second round picks, maybe throw in a Tari Eason in there, I just would not be surprised if that's like the route that they wanted to go, because it just, I feel like they would be able to capitalize on their players way better, or capitalize on Mr. Brandon Ingram way better as a how do you put it, as a trade asset, if you just, believe the fact that, okay, yeah, he's not going to be really that much of a guy giving you much value in terms of return. Let's just send him to a team that's trying to move off of contracts, and maybe we just take those contracts and see if they can help rebuild the depth. And Jayshawn Tate and Jock Landale fills two needs for them, and maybe you can get a Tari Eason